Hello and welcome back to No Man's Land and my survival series. So this is the second episode. The first one we did was a follow on from the special I did for Christmas, but we're now properly trying to get into things. So I'm up to the shop because we've got a plan. So in the last episode I did talk about the fact that I probably wanted to do some grass silage, but I'm thinking about all the equipment I need and the money that I've got. It's probably not going to be a good idea until we at least can buy it all. So I'm at the shop, like I said, and I've had a change of heart. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to try and focus a bit more on the planks, because the planks obviously are really good money and it just makes sense. So we can buy us off that John Deere, because I really do want to get that John Deere tractor that I was on about previously. And then also I think then we can afford probably like a small baler or even a pickup wagon, whatever we decide to do. We can do silage, we can do hay, but if we try and generate the money to first buy that tractor, and then I think it'll be the best option anyway, because we need more power. No matter what we do, we need more power. And that tractor will offer us around 90-100 horsepower, which will be perfectly fine. So I have been looking at some mods and I've found a really good wheel loader. And I think if we're going to be doing planks, because of the amount of money they give us, we should probably start manually loading them up onto trailers and selling them that way. And it should benefit us in the long run because we'll get more money by doing that. So yeah, I've found a good wheel loader and I've also found a trailer. The trailer's really cheap, but it is proper basic. There's nothing special about it. But I'm at the shop. The lady's going to disappear again because she is really paranoid about COVID. And yeah, let's get this sorted and I'll show you what I'm going to get. So first thing we're going to do is going to get this trailer. Now, I'm going to bring it back with obviously the truck that I've got. But the trailer I'm looking for is, where are you? It's definitely here. There you go. It's only 1,200 and it's an old bale trailer. But the good thing about this, we can put logs on it. So we can actually start making a bit more money from the logs. Now, probably better to have... I'm going to go with that. That's fine. And then planks will go sideways. I'm happy with that. Let's change the colour to a bit more... something a bit more friendly. That's a bit too much. Do you know what? I actually like that. Looks a bit more old now. I'm happy with that. So we'll get that 1,240. Something we can obviously afford. And it's just out there. Happy days. Oh, she's back and then she's gone again. But what the main thing that I'm going to be doing is obviously this wheel loader. Now, it's £15,000. You can tell that it's old school. It really is. It's a ZTS. It's probably Eastern European, if anything, or it might just be completely fabricated. I wouldn't know, but it's perfect for what we need. So you can, with this, have a bucket, which we're not going to get. You can also have pallet fork, which is the thing we're going to buy, but we're just a bit shy on money for that. So we're going to buy this first and then come back after we generated a bit of money from the logs. But we need the trailer first because then we can go and take more. Obviously, we need the pallet fork to sell them by taking them to the shop here. But we're just going to have to sell a couple first so we can get the money. That's my idea anyway. And it also has the option to have a bale fork as well, which we could probably progress to getting at some point. So I think the main thing is we'll buy it. Let's just see if we can actually get it in a different colour and it won't cost us any different. I mean, I do like the original colour just because it made it look the age that it probably is. I mean, that looks a bit more... We'll just get that. I think we're sound with that. No problem at all. Yeah, it seems more realistic, I guess, to look like that. And it will come in use. There you go. So we've got £570. I think we need about 1,000, unfortunately, for the attachment that we need. So we're just shy of it. Wheel loader tools, and it's this. So 1,100 is what we need. Let's have a look at the deals. Still nothing that we're looking for. I'm hoping that tractor comes up. She's there again. So we'll take the trailer back, but first let's have a little look at this. Door opens. It's definitely got that feel to it, hasn't it? And it looks like, you know what, this will do the job perfectly. It really will. I wonder how fast it goes. 15 miles an hour, 16. It did get to 16. I'm happy with that. Do you know what? This is actually pretty nifty. It does the job. And it will help for us when we're loading on the pallets. So we'll leave that here for a second and we'll come back when we've got the money. At least we can just jump to it now. But at least we're progressing. We've got a second vehicle. Well, apart from the Jeep, which is it's technically 3 vehicles. It's our second farm vehicle. And now we've got this. Now this is going to be tricky. It really is, to get this up the hill to the sawmill. But I think we can just about do it. We'll just have to take our time. And it has got strapping. You can see it. So it will strap the logs and the pallets or anything that we need like that. And for 1,200, this is a bargain. It really is. So let's get back. Let's get some trees chopped down and we can start generating a bit of money. Quickly though, what I am going to do is go to my processing, because I did take a few more logs, should I say, and it wasn't many. I only took about 2,600, but I am storing at the moment, so I want to change that to selling just until we've got enough money, which is 1,100, and then we'll start actually doing the rest ourselves. Right, so I've just chopped down a tree, and it was a bit of a nightmare tree. I kind of picked the wrong one. There is certain types that you probably should aim for. Let me just see if I can see one. I think they're down here. So these trees here are the ones that I wouldn't recommend chopping down. I just chopped down one of them, and they've got quite a lot of hidden collisions. And what I was trying to do is just sell a bit of wood, well, take a bit of wood over to get processed so we can generate the money first, and then we can kind of just skip to the point of getting the wheel loader all set up, and we can start using that. So yeah, I've taken a trailer load, and I really did probably put too much on, because it snailed all the way up the hill at 1 mile an hour. We got there in the end, but we did just one load, so I thought I'd just quickly get that out of the way. Probably the next tree that I'm going to aim for is these types of trees, because they seem to be perfect. Now I've had an idea as well that we may as well, if we generate enough money, which we should do, we'll get an actual attachment to pick up logs with that wheel loader, and then put them onto here. Obviously we won't take too many, because again this needs a bit of extra power under the bonnet, and it just about gets up, so I'm probably going to just put one layer on and see how that goes. Hopefully it should be fine. So yeah, let's get a bit of time sped up. Probably going to sleep a bit. Right, so welcome back. It's now June. I've slept today. I've bought the thing I wanted to, and we're still at 11,700, so we got another fair whack of money for that. I decided to just process through and get the money that was already in there all sorted out. So everything that was in there, all the wood that we took, has been processed into planks, and we sold it straight out. We have still got the 2,000 though sitting there, the 2,000 litres of planks that we need to pick up with this. But I am actually, I do think this is a pretty bargain of a purchase. It's pretty nifty for what we need. It's just going to take me quite a while again to get it back down to the farm. But as you can see, it's not too bad for 16,000. For 50, well, 16,000 with the fork on the front. It's not too bad at all. So I'll drive back. It won't take me too long, hopefully. And then I think, I think I might actually try to use it to pick up some logs a bit bigger. And then we'll try and get enough money to buy the tractor by the end of the episode. And if we can do a bit of mowing as well, that'd be perfect. Alright, so let's try this out. We're going to try and pick them up with the actual tool. So even though it is for pallets, we might be able to pick this up, who knows. I think taking a massive log, I don't think I've actually cut this one, will be perfect. But first I just want to quickly point out as well that if we have a look, you can actually open up the back and see the engine in work, and it's got moving parts, which is pretty nifty. And not only that, you can obviously move this up and down like you would normally, but you can twist it to the side as well, which is pretty cool as well. So I thought I'd just point that out. So let's try this out. Let's see if we can lift this. This might tip the whole thing, but you know what? You don't know unless you've tried. Now, it seems like it's more heavy that side, so we're going to have to try this again. Let's just give it a nudge. So if we try from about here, I believe that this will now probably work. Fingers crossed. So we need to go a bit more to the left. We'll get this. It's all balance. It's a balancing act, I guess. The joys of logging, eh? Right, we've got it balanced. We've lifted it up, and it's actually not having too much of a problem with the weight of it. So let's see. This is where it's going to be interesting now. Let's see if we can throw this on, and then fingers crossed we can just take it like this. This is the aim anyway. Wow. So it didn't like that. Now it's probably because of that bit there, but if we can just get it to balance, that's got to be the main aim. It's probably some of the hidden collisions as well, but do you know what? It's on, and that's the main thing. We've got it on. So let's, first off, what I want to do is shut that down. There we go. I actually think that's pretty cool. It's definitely going to come in handy when we do some pallets as well. Right, so should we try it? This is going to be crazy, but we're going to go and try and get this up the hill, because I think this will give us a serious amount of wood to obviously turn into pallets. Now, I will be honest as well. When I was trying to get the first load that I did in between, I tried to do that obviously and just make the video a little bit more productive. So I did it in between my cuts. It struggled like hell getting up, and I think the weight was probably, well, at least half. Let's put some more straps on, because it is definitely moving around. I'm also now worried that it's going to clip on the way. Whoop. But you know what? If this tips and I have issues, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to cut it or anything like that. I'm going to just show it as it is. We're going to go slow, because we're trying to take a tree here up a hill. Now, I might need to actually change the gears manually at some point here, because it's going to try and always sit in third, I found. Go on, there you go. It's doing it slowly. I'm literally on full speed here. Full throttle, should I say. But yeah, it usually tries to get up in third, and then what it does is when it gets to this part, just around the corner, it's dead steep. So it does struggle. But do you know what? I'm not going to change anything until we're struggling, which is now. So here's about where I have the issue, because it tries to get into third, and then I end up just wheel spinning. But it will get up very slowly. It just kind of stop-starts, a bit of a snail pace when it is moving, but we'll get there in the end. I'm just impressed that I am literally hauling a tree up a hill. Right, so we are on our way. We did it. The hardest part was done. It does take some time, I will be honest. I am literally going up there at 1 mile an hour, and it's in between 0 and 1, because I kind of stop-start. I think I just clipped either the front end or I clipped the tree, that little branch, so we're just going to have to try and get by here. I think I must have just hit the front end. A bit sloppy driving there. But we did it. I'm happy now. We're here. Let's drop this tree off. I actually thought that was pretty fun. To be honest, I did obviously set this up to be a challenge, and getting up that hill with that was a challenge. So let's have a look now where we've jumped to with the wood. So 4,000, and we were at 0. So that one tree was 4,000, and that should be some good income. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to storing, and I'm going to activate it again, and we're going to go and get some more wood, because I may as well just keep cracking on with this until we've got enough pallets ready to deliver. Now, I'm aiming for about 4 before I start even thinking about taking these. So what I'll do is I'll crack on. I'll start chopping down probably a different tree, a bit of a better tree. I'll take a few loads to it, and then I'll cut back in when we've done that, and we're going to start loading them back up to sell. Right, so here we are, we're getting there. I've done quite a bit of wood. It's now July, and it's the next morning. Processed quite a bit. This thing is a beast, it really is, quite powerful. So all I need to do now, I had to free up some space as well, so I had to move the pallets. Yeah, to free up some space, so I just need to start picking them up and putting them onto the trailer. But what I am actually going to do as well is move this out of the way and just line it up a little bit better. And then the good thing about this, we can fly to the shop because it's 62 miles an hour, which is a lot better than the tractor and the wheel loader. Right, so let's get this done. Probably going to stack them too high. I haven't really done much of the loading when it comes to pallets, but I'm hoping it's actually much better than what it was in FS19. Right, so I'm having a bit of issues with the physics of the pallets. I thought they'd fixed the physics on the pallets, I really did. But it seems like these are a nightmare. I mean, this is just one. Never mind if I was trying to do two. I can't even get this one off. So I'm probably going to have to just pick these up. I think until they start fixing these issues within the game, there's not much you can do really, because this is obviously a bit of an issue. So I'll pick them up manually and I'll stick them onto the trailer, and then hopefully soon we can move over to the grass work. There we go, at least we got one on. That'll do me, I'm happy with that. And this wheel loader, it will come in use anyway. I mean, the main aim for this is going to be to pick up bales, use the bucket feature, stuff like that. At least we can load bales now, we've got a bale trailer. That's how I'm seeing it. Got to look at the positives, eh? So let's just throw these on, because then we won't have this problem. And there is quite a few of them. And I do prefer the fact that we're going to sell it, because it just means that we're earning that money, crazy money, for these planks. And actually, at least we're doing a bit of work. I mean, I would have liked to load them on properly, but obviously it's a bit tricky, as you've just seen. So it's just, yeah, it makes more sense to just try and at least progress through this episode with something. I don't know if it might be, it could be that wheel loader, who knows. I mean, does anyone else have issues with pallets? Have they fixed it? I mean, I haven't really used them much, I'll be honest. I've just been sticking to the farming side of things instead of using much production features. But I am interested to know, because I thought people were saying at the start when it came out that the pallets were much easier to load and unload. But now I'm wondering if that is the case, or maybe it was fixed and the update changed it. Who knows? Right, so there we go, that's all of them on. What I'm actually going to do is speed up time again. I'm going to wait for them all to process, and we'll see how much money we've got. And you never know, we might be able to buy some good equipment and move on to something else. So let's just see how much we've got left. We've got 7,000 left to process. Now that's obviously going to turn into more, because we take 60 litres of wood and we get 80 litres of planks, which is crazy. It really is. So I'll progress time now until all that wood's gone, and we'll jump back in and see how many pellets we've got on the trailer. Right, so welcome back. I have processed all the wood into planks. It's taken some time. It's now September. I've got 800 planks left to sell, so I've changed that to selling, and the wood chips is at 1,000, so I've changed that to selling. And in total, I got 18,000 litres of planks, which is technically 18 pallets. Now, I tried to load on 18, and this just wouldn't move at all. So I split it into two, and I'm fingers crossed that this will move it, but I have to say that is a serious weight. It really is. Each one's 1.1 ton. So I've got a feeling that even if we get down the hill, which I think is going to be achievable, we're not going to be able to break down the hill. So this could be comical. But do you know what? Let's just see how it goes. There's only 9,000 litres on here, which is about 9.9 ton. So it's still quite big. And as you can see, I'm braking right now. And yeah, it really didn't stop at all. So getting uphill is going to be near enough impossible, but luckily after this point it's all downhill. But the problem I'm going to have is I'm not going to be able to brake at all because the weight's too far on the rear, as you can see. But we need to try and take this. I mean, I probably should split this into 3, but I've got a feeling we can do this. As soon as we're on that flat bit, we're alright. Now, I do feel like we've earned some money, which is a good thing, because before I was thinking it was getting a bit too easy at the start, just taking a small trailer of wood, but this is turned out to be a lot more difficult. It really has. Uh-oh. We're not stopping at all right now. This is disastrous. Can we swing it around? Oh! Wow. This is tricky, to say the least. We need front weight, don't we? That's what the problem is. We need some form of front weight for this. Come on. Well, this looks like it might have to be done in 3 trips, unfortunately. Just because the weight on the front of it is not enough to get them front wheels down, which is where I'm obviously using the brake force from. So I'm braking right now, we're not slowing down at all. But you know what, I think we might just about... No, that's not what we want. There you go, stay straight, there we go. So, probably on the next load, the second load, I'm going to split in half and do it in 3. Because this is a challenge. It really is. I mean, if we can get past these bumps here, we should be good on the straights. So I'm going to cut across because it's all straight now. And as you can see, yes, we might not be perfectly... doing this. I mean, this is pretty much a bodge job right now, but do you know what? We're going to make some money, and that's the main thing. And with the equipment we've got, it's always going to be difficult. I mean, this is technically an old school 4x4. It hasn't got much power anyway. And yeah, it's definitely got no weight compared to what it's pulling. So, if we can get this to the shop and the other load as well, I'm going to say that we've done a good job. And we've earned the money, even if it has been insane. I mean, I think this is the definition of login nightmare. Maybe Plank's nightmare. So when we're on the straight, like this, this is a lot easier. I mean, we're not turning much, we're just pretty much winging this, but we are going 38 miles an hour, and a lot of the time our front wheels aren't even touching the ground. But when that paycheck comes in and we drop this off, I think it's going to be worth it. But look, a lot of the time them front wheels are whoa. We don't want to be doing that as soon as we get to the finish line. But yeah, a lot of the time the front wheels really aren't touching the ground as much as they should be. And I don't actually think this is 4-wheel drive. I think I was conned. The person that sold me this told me it was 4-wheel drive, but it's actually just 2-wheel drive, which is the front wheels. Right, so we're here, and if we just go really slow now, I imagine that I've got to go over the added sell point that was on this version for FS22 on No Man's Land, which has got to be for production pallets, and these are planks. And there is some just by that container, and we're selling 11,000. Wow. So, if we get another 11,000, we're going to be over the 30 mark, and we might be able to get that tractor after all. So because obviously I've got to do that now, probably 2 more times to be safe. I don't want to put that much on again. I'll get it all done. I'll cut back in when it's done as well, and we'll have a look at exactly how much money we've got. And hopefully we can move on from logging. So this is the last load. I had to split it and it still struggled. It really did. I don't know what's going on with the physics, but to have that many pallets, only 4, and for it to handle the way it's just done. I don't know if it's this truck, I don't know if it's that in general, because of the fact that it might not have enough weight on the truck itself. Maybe this should be a bit heavier. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that was tricky. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because we've got 34,000 now. So let's just have a quick look to see. Oh, 23 for that. 100 horsepower. That's interesting. So let's just, where are we now? So we need to go to small tractors, and we need to find that John Deere and just have a quick look to see how much this is. So it's 32,000, so we can actually buy this now. We want a front weight on it, definitely, because of the fact if we do want to try and pull stuff with it, the front weight's going to help. It really is. Not too worried about that. GPS we don't need to worry about. Cab design, not too fussed about panoramic. Don't need that or that, but I would have liked to get a front loader. And we're definitely not going to be able to afford that. But do you know what? I'm going to get this tractor. And if we need a front loader at some point, we can get one. We have got the wheel loader, so it's not as important as it was before. But we are making strides. So let's get this now. And there we go. Our first proper tractor, let's say. First cab tractor. And of all things, it's a John Deere 6120. We've now got 90 brake horsepower under the bonnet as well. I have to say, this is pretty nimble. Let's just have a look what it's like for turning. That's a pretty good turning circle. So overall, it's everything has paid off. We bought ourselves a John Deere. Perfect for what we need at the start. This should last us for quite some time. So what we need to do now is to aim to get the equipment to do silage. So I'm just thinking about what we should do next then, because logging has proven to be quite difficult and quite a long-winded task. Let's just say that I've been playing now, I'm recording for about 2 hours to do all that, and obviously the video will be a lot less than that, and it might seem a little bit less productive than what it actually is. It's been in 2 hours, but I have to say it's paid off in the end. But thinking about where to go next, it's got to be silage for me. Silage is good money, or at least hay. So we've got a mower, we've got a tractor, we obviously need a windrow. That's something we definitely need, and then we need either a baler or a pickup wagon. And if we're doing silage, we can also probably get a silage pit. Now, unfortunately, one more load of wood is going to do that. It really is. So we're going to have to do a bit more. But I'm not going to obviously put that in a video, because 3 episodes of me doing logging is probably too much, in my opinion. We need to move on to some farming. So in between this episode and the next, I'll make sure I get some more wood sold and turned into planks, and then I'll get the money that I need from that. And then hopefully in the start of the next episode, we'll crack on with the mowing. Right, so there we go. I'm back at the farm, and yeah, overall I think it's been pretty productive. I have actually bought 3 pieces of kit and 2 of them vehicles, so you can't complain at that. Really is going to be useful to have a wheel loader / kind of front loader kind of thing, and a tractor, a new tractor that's going to do the job much better than the small one, which will still be really useful, especially for that mower. I think it's still perfect for the mower. And then obviously we've got a better trailer, especially for bales as well. I think it'd be good for bales. Now, I did do a bit of mowing at the last bit of the first episode, and it's still here, so it's a shame I didn't get a chance to properly mow with the sickle mower, but we'll definitely do that in the next episode. I am now going to carry on, but obviously off video. I'm going to go and do one more load of wood to try and get me to probably about maybe 10,000, and we'll see what equipment we can get then. And I want to be able to start the episode and go and buy at least some equipment to either do hay or silage, and so we can get cracking with that. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. It's definitely been a long one. I've been recording for about two plus hours. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, because that does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.